Lyon, who woke up from the dream world created by the ancient gods, arrived in the Middle Ages. He didn't know how to survive or live. At the most dangerous time, he met the leader of the alchemist team and eventually became a member of the leader's team to go to the high tower. At the end, he closed the world at the cost of his soul, allowing it to be protected from the ancient gods and outsiders. Chapter 1. Supplementary Explanation. You are listening at novelfull.audio. This world line represents the basic peace between medieval races. The main races include the elf race, the ancient god-created race, the human race, which is the most widely distributed race on this continent, the holy ancestor, as well as the giant spirit race and the goblin race. Below is the main introduction of the protagonist group. On Dawn Day, the flowers symbolized by the world line Lion Legion, the resentful girl, and the little girl who is one of the protagonist groups. She was originally a dangerous object F009, all dangerous objects were classified as A, with 10 known as a level, and more than 80 known as S level, with D200 and above. F is unknown. G is a dangerous object that you have been taken in by someone, or a supplementary explanation of your liking for humans. The letter of the dangerous object is the degree of danger or the degree of threat number is the time of income. After being taken in by the protagonist Lion, she joined the protagonist group and became a mascot. The protagonist Lion was originally a modern high school student with profound knowledge. He evolved from a dream created by ancient rulers and made a living by stealing after being rescued. He now joins the Lion Legion. The male lion is the leader of the Open Legion, and the golden lion is the protagonist's guide in life, with a heroic character. The Lion Legion, Dream Witch, is known as a warehouse keeper or secretary in the team, but she herself refers to herself as a maid with the ability to manage dreams but cannot let others fall asleep. She can only enter dreams and was once a dangerous object S019. The Lion Legion Inspector, Moon Wolf, is a member of the team who prefers to call him a silly dog. She said that when something she is not afraid of is in danger, I am the first to rush forward, but in fact, people familiar with him know that he is the first to run when encountering high-level dangerous objects. The remaining members of the Lion team, A, B, and C, will not provide the plot for better writing in the future. Next, we will introduce the Holy Clan. The Holy Clan is the most intelligent race in this world line, and most of them are deity believers who can gain abilities by deceiving the world. They will befriend the human clan and the elf clan, excluding the dark elves, which they believe are blasphemy against the gods. Next, we will introduce the Beast Clan, general term, which mainly consists of two major ethnic groups. The Goblin and the Giant Spirit Clan. Many small ethnic groups have not yet been recorded. On the surface, they signed peace with the intelligent tribe, led by the human race, but in reality, there have been constant hidden battles behind the scenes and even surface wars. The following are the old god creations, which are often seen as antagonists on the surface. They are mostly followers, apostles, or creations of the right God who attempt to resurrect or pull stronger old-day rulers into this world by polluting the world, and unexpectedly pull down the old-day God towers with higher world lines. Next is the world's strongest self-proclaimed shelter organization, which claims that most members of the Q organization are divine believers and have the power to deceive the world. When faced with danger, they will summon their own divine incarnations. Currently, they are neutral units with the goal of gathering dangerous objects from the ancient continent and taming them into humans to use the seemingly safe light organization. In fact, they resorted to any means to destroy half of the ancient continent for their own purposes, adding that I have two continents under the Illuminati, one occupied by the Q organization and the Orcs, but trade between the two continents was not hindered, and humans were widely distributed on these two continents, mainly under the Illuminati. Finally, the world line adds that this worldview consists of multiple levels of the meta-world tower, which includes these dimensions. The old ancient god is currently the highest on the tower, and the world inside the tower will be sucked upon. Dangerous objects will appear in the sucked world. Over time, it may even cause rupture and eventually revert back to the original world, slowly transforming back into a new world. Chapter 1. The First Awakening of Dreams. You are listening at novelfull.audio. I went out, Dad. Lyon had just walked out of the school gate, so stop and bring this breakfast, Dad. There is an urgent matter in the morning. Why are you in such a hurry to have breakfast? Suddenly, there was a tearing sound, and Lyon felt as if he had opened his eyes from a dream. Subconsciously, he used his hands to grab onto something on top. Was it just a dream? It's impossible for his face to be so clear. Lyon couldn't help but be surprised to see a surgical lamp above his head. Another wave of headache. Lyon seemed to have forgotten something. Ah. Where is this? Who am I? No, my name is Lyon. Why am I called this name? At this moment, a creaking sound suddenly came from the door. Did he wake up? A person wearing a yellow western robe with a bird's beak walked in. Oh, he's recovering quite quickly. As a survivor of the ancient god event, do you have any thoughts? Where is this? Let go of me. Who the hell are you? Lyon, who was in his second year of middle school, shouted loudly, thinking that he had been kidnapped. Please don't be impatient with the patient. I'm not sick, you let me go. How do you know you're not sick? Lyon said that compared to me, you guys dressed strangely seem more like you're sick. Is it not just illness or neurosis? I have no power. Why kidnap me? Dr. Bird's Beak called for a nurse and asked them to sign in a small notebook. It seems that Gu Shen is also from the dream department. He said goodbye to scaring this young friend and asked him to go out first to help him complete the discharge procedures. Aren't you crazy people playing cosplay? Everyone's brain is sick. I'll tell you, I'm a student. I'll sue you later for detaining ordinary citizens. Humph, child, listen to me give you a lesson. The world you are in is a dream world, and now you wake up, understand? I don't understand what you're talking about. Hurry up and let me go. Don't worry, you can go out right away. As you said, you untied the lock on the bed. Lyon's lock loosened and immediately got out of bed, wanting to attack the strange person who claimed to be Dr. Crow. But the crow didn't startle, didn't panic, and snapped its fingers. Lyon fell into a deep sleep again. When Lyon woke up again, he had already fallen into a small alley on the street, with a cold head and a dizzy mouth, cursing, I believe your mother, a group of B.type things are waiting for me to report to the police. But Lyon looked up and saw that the city was full of ancient Chinese-style buildings. They even built a city to play cosplay. Lyon walked towards the tallest central tower and at least found a landmark building. This was all a ghost place. Li Yang's expression was extremely painful now. At this moment, an uncle walked over. Does the young man need help? Lyon was surprised for a moment. However, he still asked her, this is, the city of apocalypse. You don't even know that you are from outside, do you? I guess you are from the neighboring country of Mendeli. Don't you think this weather city has a do character? In fact, this is one of the most kingdoms on this continent. The number of races in the goblin group and elf group is countless. If you need help, you can go to the apocalypse cult and get free bread. Thank you for your help, but are you a fool? What era is this? The God returning church. Uncle is angry. You don't know where this place is, but you insulted God. I can strangle you here without any problem now. I'm telling you, even if you don't know where this is, you should know the existence of the gods. You said this punch hit Lyon, damn it. Lyon was also unwilling to be outdone and wanted to punch his uncle in the face with just one punch, but before Lyon could move, he was knocked to the ground, unable to move and groped around. He was poor and didn't have a single rupee on his body, adding that if the world coins that despise this continent are divided into gold rupees, silver rupees, copper rupees, and micro rupees, Lyon fell asleep again. Chapter 2. Gradually Accepting Reality. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The sun gradually set, and the flower named Dawn Egg gradually bloomed. Lyon, who woke up from the alley, completely accepted that this was not a dream. He now feels that this place is definitely someone's prank or some prank program. With this, any unlucky thing can happen to me. Seeing the messy marks on my body, he knows that he even touched all his belongings when he met that uncle before, even though he said he didn't have any. At this moment, when Lyon remembered what the uncle said about the church, he ran to a person and asked, "Do you know where the church is?" Saying that he caught a cold, he secretly glanced at the old man's vegetable basket. When the old man saw it, he didn't say anything but took a handful of vegetables and gave them to Lyon. "You are also a pitiful child." Lyon felt awkward for a moment but still took the dish. "May I ask where the church is?" Lyon originally didn't want to go to that church, as he had always thought that this person was either a prank or a dream. However, the tearing sensation in his stomach made Lyon want to beg for food. The old man followed his finger in a direction, and Lyon saw him, nibbling on the vegetables in his hand and running slowly, walking towards that place. Finally arrived, I can't just catch my breath and see a long queue of beggars in rags in the front row of my church. What the hell is this place so poor? This church can share so much bread. Lyon secretly took a few steps forward and was seen by several guards. "Hey, stop the people over there. Do you know that the church is a place where the gods are watching? Do you dare to do this in such a place? Are you not afraid of being punished by the apocalypse? Is it the apocalypse again? Is this place so superstitious?" Everyone said that this day will inspire the gods, but Lyon dare not say much. After all, where was the lesson just now? Lyon had to stand at the end of the line and look at the team that couldn't be seen. Li Yang's heart cooled a bit. At this moment, the soldiers opened up a path, and bursts of cheerful laughter came from them. He, is it you, the furry kid? I have heard about your matter from the crow. Young man, I'll keep an eye on you. Lyon was surprised. My name is Jean Shirley, and Jones just needs to call me Jean Shirley's leader. The person who claims to be the leader of the capital city pats Lyon's shoulder like a familiar person. Lyon, who is in adolescence, immediately wants to resist, but unfortunately, the height of the capital city leader is just a few feet, which is not like a normal person. There was also a rascal with slanted bangs next to him. As soon as he arrived in our group, he showed disrespect to the leader. The leader smiled and pointed to the person next to him, saying that his name is Moon Wolf and Jichuan just called him Moon Wolf. Wait, when will I join your group? Lyon's face is red and your ears are red. What kind of lunatic are you? Oh, if you don't join our team, then you don't need to eat. Wait, let me take a look first, okay? Upon hearing this, the leader of the Jean Shir team picked up the item and walked back 2 times, stopping at an apartment building. Come on, go check out your teammates and throw Lyon into the apartment door. Damn it. Lyon crawled and fell into the door. Yo, who came? A graceful woman dressed like a witch sat on a bubble ball and said in a mocking voice, "Don't pay attention to her. She's the kind of witch who likes to play some pranks," and for some reason, there's a little bit of sweat behind Lyon's back. He's starting to accept this world. This witch gives me a feeling of fear, and that's right. You just returned from the dream world, she's the witch of dreams. So, she made me realize that he doesn't have the ability to create dreams. He can only manipulate dreams and search for useful knowledge in them. After a while, Lyon was afraid that it was still very scary, wasn't it? After it's okay, he will be your teammate. It's not early now, go back to your room. Tomorrow, I will introduce you to another teammate and bring Lyon to a room 302. He kicked his colleague who was left behind by Li Hang into the door, and the sheep got up from the ground, got into bed, and fell asleep in a daze. He shouldn't have accepted it, but it's already this situation. Lyon can't control too much heavy sleep. Chapter 3. Dream World. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Lyon, who was sleeping drowsily, dreamed that he had crossed over to someone. Just as he was manipulating the characters in his dream to venture through cities, suddenly there was a bang. The building collapsed in waves, and a huge witch figure stood up. The giant creature caressed its chin with both hands, groaning and groaning. "Little brother, come and play with my sister." Lyon was surprised when he wanted to run back. Another huge witch stood up and surrounded Lyon in the middle with a four-cornered posture. What was this? One of the witches reached out to Lyon, suddenly accelerating and gripping the beam in his palm. With a loud splash of blood, Lyon suddenly jumped together, shouting. Was it just a dream? At this moment, the door of the room was pushed open and my little brother had a nightmare. Let me introduce myself first. My name is Yongye, just call me warehouse manager, and I will help you take care of your belongings and the room. However, Lyon didn't hear what Yongye said clearly in bed. He was still reminiscing about his dream and violently shook the entire apartment, leaving only Li Yang's room in the air. I haven't finished yet. At this moment, Yongye, who was standing in the air, said, Don't be nervous, the child will be fine soon. And when he opened his eyes, Lyon returned to the familiar operating table. The bird's beak doctor was determining his physical condition, and this time it was always true. The bird's beak doctor said, It seems that the patient has come out of the dream world, but it can't be for the bird's beak doctor to suddenly tear open from the middle. A hand holding a newspaper stretched out, and then a man's figure crawled out from the crack in the bird's beak doctor's hole. What are you doing without bringing breakfast, kid? Ah. Lyon began to scream heartily and sat up from the bed in the apartment room. Help! Lyon shouted loudly and saw the leader of the capital desperately running over and pushing open the door. What's wrong with me? What's wrong with my precious new member? At this moment, I saw the charming black sandwich walking in too. Oh my little cutie, she can still have nightmares when she's so big. At this moment, the leader also realized that you must have done it again. Don't be afraid, little comrade. At this moment, Lyon finally regained consciousness. Are you still a dream here? Don't be afraid that this is definitely reality. Don't come here again, and I'll fight with you. Humph, it's really cute. Don't be afraid, little comrade. This is your vice president. Let me introduce him to you. He was originally a dangerous object of S019, but I have now joined this investigation team, also known as the advanced team. Don't worry, he is a prank and won't harm anyone. Alright, there's no need to say the rest. I have already introduced him. You said it, little guy, and then Yongye glanced at the leader next to him. The leader understood and walked out of the room with Yongye one after another. So far, due to the leader's strong body, a big hole in the shape of a human was forced out of the door. I had already deceived him out of his information in my dream, and he couldn't even remember any topics. However, it seems that he has lived well in that world before. As we walked back and chatted slowly, Lyon, who was in his second year of middle school, slowly recovered from shock and fear. It was so terrifying that I never wanted to be affected by that old lady in my life. At this moment, an echo echoed as if someone was speaking ill of me. Is that you, little one? After a while, Lyon was afraid to stretch out his head as he tightened under the blanket. Chapter 4. Preliminary Understanding of the World. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Don't leave that sleeping brat behind, get up and train. Lyon, who has completely escaped from that incident, was forcefully pulled out of bed. Hurry up. If you don't run 100 laps today, you won't be allowed to go back to your dorm to eat. As soon as Lyon comes out, you can see a large courtyard, high walls, and at least 20 people running and practicing swordsmanship on the big playground. Is it so big here? Yesterday's Lyon was so hungry that they didn't even see the whole picture here, did they? Lyon turned around and I hadn't eaten for 2 days. At this moment, Lyon suddenly wanted to eat the food his father gave me at that time. I hate it. Just you stinky kid who still wants to eat. If you encounter some Warcraft, you will die instantly. Even a dog doesn't want to eat your body later. Thank you. I ******* your mother ***** wish you all good health. After greeting the leader's family for a lifetime, I received a painful meal. Stop beating me. You only saw the leader bring a small branch from somewhere to brush and whip Lyon. I hate you, do you still hate me? Today, I hit you. You don't know how Dad wrote it, click, the stick broke, beat it, you continue to beat me ***, your whole family ***, girl, someone came to take a whip, sorry Dad, it's too late. I saw a whip flowing like clouds and water. Bang 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 bang. Bang 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 bang. Bang okay, after the captain whipped Lyon, he walked to the tallest apartment building in the training camp. Before he could enter, Lyon had no choice but to touch his bare buttocks and walk out of the grass. Hee, what a lovely little comrade. Look at that white and tender fart, they couldn't help but blush, but dare not say anything, afraid of having another nightmare difficulty tonight. He walked into the room 3 floors in a row, with light armor at the bottom, heavy armor at the top, and portable leather armor at the top. It was up to you to choose which one you wanted. He hugged the heavy, iron-like light armor and awkwardly looked at it. Finally, he climbed up the stairs and felt that he was suitable for a lighter one. Damn it, Lyon climbed down again and put on the light armor to prove it. However, he stumbled and fell to the ground. Forget it, kid, you should go put on the leather armor. Sigh, I'm not difficult for you anymore. As I walked to the entrance of the training room, the heavily armored squad leader looked at the dwarf next to me. I really don't know where Dr. Bird's beak said you have potential. Standing under the eaves, Lee had to bow his head. In order to make a living, he could only agree with the leader's words. Yes, you're right, you're right. You're in the yin and yang again, right? Maybe your buttocks have healed, and waves of coolness came from your cold feet. Yuan quickly stopped talking and hugged Lyon. The joking leader hugged him. Today, I'll show you what dangerous objects look like and show you my heroic demeanor. He said. He disclosed his identity information to Lyon. This is an investigation skill, and your magical attributes are too low to learn. Lyon looked at the light screen in front of him. After a long period of contemplation, this world, which was still a magic book, turned to the leader of the Golden Master Group on the light screen. The power attribute cannot be checked, the agility cannot be checked, and the magic is 93. Your magic is not very good, stinky boy. You dare to talk about it, and then the leader released inspection skills to Lyon. Strength 3, Agility 2, and Magic 103. I fucked you, stinky boy. Your magic is so high, but it took me 2 months to train so much. However, your strength and agility are too low. The combined strength and agility of ordinary magic light are only 20 points, even adults without much training have a strength of 5. Did you lack food when you were a child? I *** because I have never worked as a farmer or laborer, unlike you guys who fight and kill every day, and I also treat you as a kid who just came out of the dream world. If you can be tall, it's strange. Let's go to the destination now. Chapter 5. Watch out for this knife and it will be very handsome. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Walking in the wilderness of the secret realm, Lyon looked at the leader holding a map in front of him and asked, "How long do we really need to go?" "Don't make any noise, it's right in front of the manor." Suddenly, there was a whoosh sound. The captain panicked and put up the big shield behind him to block him in front of him. With a whoosh, the captain took off the shield and saw poisonous spikes firmly pounding against it. There was another whoosh sound. "Damn it, my shoulder was hit," and I saw the captain of the capital once again holding green blood on his shoulder. Lyon was shocked, and it seemed like it was poisonous inside. "Don't you say it's just an F.level danger, I don't even care about it." "Don't worry, you're fine. This is a giant poisonous scorpion with a teapot on its head crawling out of the grass." "Is this an F.level dangerous and deadly teapot?" The commander of the capital threw a map and documents in his hand to Lyon next to him. "Hurry up and check his information." Oh, he picked up the information on the ground and flipped through it. The deadly teapot would disguise itself as an ordinary teapot in the manor and other places. When someone or something drank your juice, it would be eroded into a puppet by it. "Well done, let's see how I operated it." The commander of the military pulled out a teapot from behind. The big sword came, looking like a giant object with a hint of blood shining on it, as if it could split Lyon in half. "May the god of apocalypse bless us." As he spoke, the giant sword, which seemed to be emitting red light, emitted strands of wind like light. Seeing how handsome this sword would be, he raised it above his head and headed towards the Holy Grail. With a loud roar, a gap of several tens of meters was cut open on the ground, and the scorpion was almost split in half. The teacup rolled to the ground with a gurgling sound, but at this moment, the scorpion picked up the teacup with pliers and poked at the golden lion with its tail. Puzzling, it was not a dangerous thing to fuck at all. According to reason, this thing could no longer move. With the injection of venom, its shocking voice became quieter and quieter. As for the pit father, Lyon couldn't help but be afraid to cover his crotch and run. Lyon ran ahead, and the scorpion hanging the body of the golden lion slowly healed together. Squeezing, the legs of the shoes slowly moved and accelerated at a fast speed, just as the scorpion was about to throw Lyon under him. Liang's subordinates instinctively blocked in front of him, and his desire for survival erupted in his heart. He swung a fist towards the scorpion, feeling as if there was some kind of power transmitting in his hand. A magic pattern halo lit up in his hand, and with a loud bang, the lion was knocked out several tens of meters away. What power was this? This was Jean-Sher walking out of the grass. "Captain. You're already cursing me to death, are you? That's just a light illusion. Do you think this F.level monster can defeat the leader of the investigation team? Do I still use it as the leader? You're laughing to death, your pants are soaked. You go deal with that scorpion first. I don't need you to worry about it. Watch this sword, it will be even more handsome. I saw your leader pull out a big sword from behind. Have you made a mistake? This big sword is not as good as that bloody sword. Who else would carry that huge sword on their back? Ordinary people don't have that strength, I'm different." As I spoke, I recited a spell. The god of apocalypse closed his gaze here, wishing the holy light to be with me, locking in golden light shrouded in this world. The leader waved his big sword and golden light, bribing all of this, a shuttle, curry, and a mountain to the ground. "Now that I'm done, hurry up and pick up the relics. After writing the relics, let's go back early. Will there still be relics after such a strong attack? The body of the dangerous object is very tough, and I want to be whipped again, right?" Chapter 6. Blinding the World's Eyes. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. The stinky kid is so tired just carrying this little road. As he walked towards the city gate, the golden lion held Lyon in one hand and a scorpion and teapot in the other. Nonsense, I only have a few power attributes. You made me carry a whole mountain of scorpions and even dared to talk back and practice with you. At this moment, several soldiers wearing investigation team armor had already stood in front of the city gate, and you, the team leader, had returned. Nonsense, no other meaning. I just think how could you come back so quickly? How much can you ask for an F.level thing? But Lord Yongye said that if you want this kid to go there to practice, it should take a long time. Tell him to rest assured that this kid's potential is not a problem. Lyon didn't agree. I'll tell you, I punched the scorpion half a mountain and the soldier was surprised. He was so powerful. Don't listen to his boasting, the captain. He almost died at the scorpion's hands. If it weren't for the gaze of the apocalypse god, who closed the world for him, he would have died long ago. What apocalypse? What kind of gaze? Let me tell you this, Captain. You go ahead and hurry up. Let's talk to him about what a deity is. He just returned from his dream world and needs to ask Captain. Can you add an extra piece tonight? Shut up and take a look. I'll eat your piece of meat together. Okay. The little soldier dare not say much. Let me tell you the rules of this world. Everyone in this world must close or cover the eyes of the world to use their abilities. What kind of thing? The eyes of the world are everywhere. They may be anything around you, or even on you. Their eyes cannot accommodate extraordinary things, so if you want to use stronger abilities, you need to find a deity to cover up the world's gaze for you. However, there are also some people who can break through the world's gaze with their own strength, but in this way, the 100% damage will be reduced by 90%. That's why we all say, Holy Light Blessing, when fighting against monsters, which is to inform the apocalypse god to cover up the world's gaze so that we can better deal with them. So, what happened when I used that strong blow? You can understand it as the world. Each layer of gaze is a layer of shackles, and the stronger the person, the more shackles they have. When you use an attack, the god of apocalypse will help you cover up these gazes, and the sitting posture of the god of apocalypse will enhance all your magical abilities. It turns out that this is the case. It's getting late, so I believe the team leader has already asked for the commission. Let's go back to eat, right? There will be more training tomorrow, by the way, be careful tonight. Why, there's nothing wrong. Why don't you argue? Let's go quickly. By the way, I almost forgot to introduce myself. May the holy light bless you. My name is Hawkins, and you can call me Brother Gene. I'll cover you up in this group in the future. Pooh, Lyon muttered softly, do people in this world like to take advantage of it so much? Don't speak ill of others behind their backs. In our apocalypse city, speaking ill of others behind their backs is one of the worst things to do. Also, we cannot disrespect the gods. The gods are sacred, and anything that goes against them will be hated. Once you disrespect the gods in front of others, you will be treated as evil. By the way, I will tell you the rules of our city, which is that the Sodat called Jean Gut speaks in a mocking voice. All the financial, physical, and all things of the evil people belong to everyone. I rely on a deep cold, no wonder the originally friendly uncle. Alright, don't think too much about walking. On their way back, Jean Gut is still in the woods. Talking incessantly about a lot of precautions, but Lyon ignored them and didn't hear much at all. Chapter 7. Feast. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Just as Lyon and Jean Gut were about to go to the warehouse to change their equipment, they saw Yongye writing, drawing, and recording the equipment situation in the training camp's warehouse. It turns out that you are really a warehouse manager when you call the warehouse manager. Don't be surprised, let me tell you a story. Originally, our investigative corps was also the law enforcement agency of the empire. Oh my god, but later it was taken over by a corrupt official. Although he was also one of the officials of the empire, he looked down upon ordinary people and even wanted to provoke racial conflicts for his own selfish interests. Our regimental leader was angry and left the direct jurisdiction of the empire. Now we belong to a private organization, and the crossing of classes can be said to be a vast abyss. Many people have already left. Although our corps is a major in investigation and frontline detection, it turns out that our corps has hundreds of people. But now you can see that there are less than 40 people left. Among the many training camps we have, there is only one base camp left. This is still because it is a gift from underground oneself that cannot be retrieved. Sigh, too much is just tears. How could such a useless dynasty become the largest capital of the human race? Your Majesty, there is also a reason for this. That guy is a diplomatic envoy, and in order to reconcile with the elf tribe, he has to temporarily bow his head. It will be okay in the future. Lyon is clear. It seems that the relationships here are as complex as modern interpersonal relationships. At this moment, Yongye seemed to have noticed the two of them, two children. I didn't disturb them, did I, Hawking? Please avoid it for a moment and go do what you should do. Brother Jin's legs tightly clenched, yes. Yes, as for you, it's all that old. Remember. Yongye spoke in a delicate voice as Jin-gu couldn't help but mutter to himself, it seems that even today this little brother cannot escape the clutches of this demon. Are you doing nothing? Do you want me to help you arrange it? Or are you saying you have enough training today? No, I'm going now. When I'm busy, I don't have time to take care of this kid. Why don't I go to Yongye and say it in a seductive voice? But by now, Brother Jean has already squeezed his legs tightly and is trembling step by step as he climbs outside. Hurry up and don't wet your pants. I saw that Brother Jean suddenly started running fiercely, taking a few steps and turning back, as if afraid that eternal night would come after him. Lyon was already staring blankly beside him. Is this what happened? Nothing is just something that all new recruits have to accept. After saying this, the enthusiastic body turns into a pile of shredded meat and gradually disappears into the air. Is this also a holy clone? Remember to leave a door for me tonight. Lyon was once again surprised. He asked all the questions tonight, and as he touched his empty stomach, he remembered. Plus, he had not eaten for 2 days and started to regret it again. I hate that. Lyon encountered a wooden stake casually on his body and ran towards the direction of the cafeteria that Jin-gu had told him. As soon as he walked into the cafeteria door, Lyon couldn't help but smell a foul sweat and hear a bunch of cheerful laughter. Today, the leader, I have money, so everyone can eat whatever they want. By the way, I brought the scorpion over. Today, when we were eating grilled crab tails, everyone couldn't help but burst into laughter. After so many days, I can finally have a good meal, fine wine. Good wine. I want to drink, said a strong man. A tall and thin person next to me slapped him on the head. With all the effort you put in, I still want to drink and enjoy the wine. At least I have also completed an investigation into an unknown event. That's right, all right, stop making noise. Today, I'll treat you to a drink. Everyone, have enough. Okay. The echoes echoed over and over, and Yang didn't care about the unpleasant smell anymore. He immediately found a seat and wanted to order food. At this moment, the team leader noticed Lyon. Who told you to sit there, stinky kid? Can't I eat? Lyon weakly said, what can't you eat? Come and sit next to me. Come and let me introduce you to this new brother. Drink wine quickly. A tall man next to him handed a bottle of wine to both of them, but politely refused with both hands. At this moment, the commander of the military division suddenly picked Lyon up, and I said, drink. Quickly, he said, and put the wine in your hand. Lyon didn't dare to politely refuse, so he weakly took 2 sips. Suddenly, with a sudden jerk, this fruit wine is so delicious. Of course, there is a third-level recovery magic integrated into it, which is not tasty. At this moment, the leader of the Jinshi team saw Yongye running over and bringing him to their side to have dinner together. At this moment, 4 women dressed as maids walked in with a large plate of scorpion tails. Surprisingly, there were women joining in. They were considered advanced recovery-type wizards. Our frontline investigation corps must restore wizards. Every 4 members of our team are assigned a magician, and at this moment, we see maids and strong men carrying plates of vegetables walking in and placing them on different dining tables. There are a total of 4 tables, with no more than 10 people on each table. The dishes on each table are different, and you can pick them up wherever you want to eat. I didn't hear what Lyon said behind me clearly. I had already started eating meat and grilled rice in big gulps, and if I didn't eat it, I still drank 2 sips of wine. Chapter 8. Education in Dreams. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Lyon, who had just returned to his dormitory after eating and drinking, was about to go to bed when he suddenly remembered that he seemed to have forgotten something. However, the waves of drowsiness swept over him after eating, and Lyon no longer paid attention to the heavy sleep. Wow, how long did he sleep? Lyon woke up from his sleep, feeling very energetic. He put on his clothes and wanted to go out. He pushed open the door, half of Lyon's leg protruding out, fell down, and Lyon, who was falling down, suddenly woke up. Where is this place to lean on? With a loud bang, Lyon fell heavily into a dazzling space, with green ribbons shining like auroras in the air. You didn't keep your promise, little one. Let me introduce myself first. I am the Phantom of Eternal Night, the one you saw in the warehouse during the day. Just call me 039. You are a clone, so who is this? That's right, this is the dream world. It seems like you're awake, but in reality, you're asleep. It seems like you're awake in the dream world, but you're still immersed in the cycle of dreams. This is the dream space, where the illusion of the eternal night spins atop, and when it stops spinning, your lesson ends, right? Close your mouth, kid. Eternal Night suddenly had a fierce expression on his face. Lyon was startled. Let me introduce you to the rules of this world. You must be curious about the gods, the old gods, and the eyes of the world, right? Yes, yes. Eternal Night pretended to be fierce and glanced at Lyon for an instant. Lyon stopped talking. The old gods, also known as the ancient gods, usually held the power of the rules of the world and possessed a divine throne. This divine work was not a real seat, but a symbol of rules and power. There is no almighty God in the world, and the gods are divided into countless thrones. They hold the Almighty on the throne and become gods. They are not invincible, but they are invincible under their own omnipotence. For example, my ability comes from the Dreamland ancient gods, the mysterious one who sealed you. He has been killed by the Sun God cult and the Q organization. And I am a part of his power, to be precise, I seized his power. I was originally just an incarnation of a vague dream, wandering in the world for more than 500 years. After absorbing those omnipotent abilities, I gained consciousness and powerful abilities. As you can see, the time in this world is controlled by me, and his time can be infinite. As for why I joined the investigation corps, it is because they are not under the control of the Empire, have strong freedom and ambition, or even dreams. In order to avoid the pursuit of the ancient gods, I joined them. I want to cultivate them into my sharp blade, so that I can also be favored by the gods and avoid the gaze of the stock god. Why did you say these things to me? Because when you know these things, you can choose to die or, I choose or not to say, I understand. I understand everything. Okay, let me tell you about the world's gaze. This world has its own consciousness, and it cannot tolerate the existence of extraordinary things. Therefore, if we want to use abilities that violate world consciousness, we need to cover up his gaze or forcefully break through. The stronger the person, the more gaze they have. That golden brother should have told you about this. Don't answer me. Let's continue listening. We believe in gods because they can bless us and cover up the world's gaze for us, so that we have powerful abilities while not being rejected by the world. Do you understand? Next, let's unleash your strength and start the trial. Chapter 9. Start of Trial. You are listening at novelfull.audio. With the sound of eternal night, a battlefield in this world shakes and moves, and eternal night gradually disappears in front of us, replaced by a goblin formed only by flowing light. Damn it! So suddenly, before Lyon could finish speaking, Goblin quickly pounced on him. Lyon didn't care about his unfinished words anymore, so he picked up his pants and ran away. Don't chase, the voice of eternal night came from the sky. If you don't defeat them, you won't wake up. Damn it! Lyon didn't even bother to run when he heard these words. Standing in place, he began to recall the feeling when the scorpion was about to pounce. With such a strong force, he exerted all his might. Puff, Lyon farted, damn it. Help. Lyon had to start running again, with a bang. There was an air wall and I had to lean against it. It seemed like I had to face it now. There was so much nonsense about this little thing, and I saw that you were also annoyed. Let me help you, saying a wave of energy as if it had entered Lyon's body. Now that your magic is approaching infinity, let's unleash your abilities, stinky boy. Remember the transformation between magic. Oh, by the way, I seem to have forgotten to say it. Nonsense, tell me quickly. At this point, Lyon had already circled around there, cursing profusely as he ran. Magic was not purely empty, and there were many elements floating in the air, such as gold, wood, water, fire, earth, and some deeper elements, as well as taboo knowledge. However, you don't need to know that the balance between elements varies in different places. Feel those elements and transform them by imitating several intermediate forces, absorb, add value, and finally release with just one touch. Do you understand? At this point, Lyon was already exhausted and out of breath. If I understood, I would appreciate it and then I could watch the play. Using a seductive voice at night, Lyon muttered in a low voice, "Old lady, I am your mother." The stinky boy used foul language, and eternal night couldn't help but get angry. Let you know some teachings, and as he spoke, one brilliant slime emerged from the ground, wrapped Lyon inside, and then divided and wrapped his limbs. At this moment, goblins surrounded him with a sly smile. Lyon was like a lamb waiting to be slaughtered, naked, squeezed in the middle by a group of muscular men. Yongye felt unsatisfied watching and even tied 2 ropes to Lyon. To the north, you're not quite right. I saw Lyon tied to Slim like a crab. At this moment, Eternal Night spoke in a seductive voice, "If you can come out alive, little brother, how about I give you a little reward?" Without further ado, he didn't want me to be alive at all. At this moment, Goblin and his big stick were ready to smash it down, shouting and shouting. Waves of golden whirlwinds extended from Lyon's side and spun around, feeling like energy was swimming and releasing in his body. The absorption of the wind grew stronger, crushing Slim and blowing Goblin into the air. It was a feeling that Lyon couldn't help but clench his fist, and the whirlwind gradually dissipated. In Lyon's fist, a fierce golden light exploded, like a god standing on Lyon's head like the wind. Ah ah. Lyon felt his whole body's blood and energy pouring into the deity behind him. Lyon suddenly opened his eyes and fell to the ground with that deity. With just a gentle wave, the nearby dream world began to collapse. Sigh, I never expected that a deity would descend on you, the deity believed in by the city of Apocalypse.